What's up my friend, this is Angelo and here we're going to see how to destroy the London system by watching this game from the World Cup 2021. White can start the game with d4 and after that black reply with knight to f6. And here we have the London system, bishop to f4. The idea is to develop the bishop here to control e5 square and after that to build his center with these pawn moves e3, c3, and white is aiming for slow play. Try to develop first the pieces and then try to play. And here we can play c5, immediately attacking the center. He has to do something with that pawn right now. Of course, you can recapture that pawn very easily after this recapture. D takes c5, we can capture the pawn immediately, directly with this double attack, attacking the king and pawn. This is one idea. Another idea is to play e6, of course, because we are trying to develop the bishop and capture that one. And alright, we have plenty of ideas. And white would like to play a slow game. For that reason, he can choose this system with d5 move, and now d6, stopping that pawn there, isolating on d5. Knight on c3 and e5. Very interesting move by black, because he said, okay, we're going to close the center once and forever. White has to take another decision right now. This bishop is under attack, we close the center, and after this for example, he can go back. This is one variation. We have something like check Benoni right now, and black can start attacking on queen side or try to play for king side. He can develop his pieces with g6, bishop g7, short castling, and later on he can try this move f5, giving a lot of opportunities to black. So after e5, white has to do something and he captures on e6. Bishop takes e4, try to control the d5 square, and now we have development. Knight c6, development is very important. You cannot do anything without development. Queen to d2, bishop e7, knight to c3, short castling, bishop e2. Very normal moves. Both sides try to develop their pieces, and now look at that. This is very important move. Queen to b6. This is good move because we're trying to do something about that pawn and free the center of the board for our pieces, for our rooks, so we can put the rooks there. And of course it's a little trick, because if white dare to capture on here on d6 immediately, then what you're going to do, you have a lot of good moves. One of them is to put the rook on the d file, but actually we can capture the bishop. And after queen takes, now the queen is not protecting the knight, as you can see. We can attack the queen has to go far away, and after that we have the double attack attacking the rook and knight. So something, black is going to win something here. He's going to win material and the game. During the game he castling short side, of course, and now rook a2 b8. He didn't dare actually to capture immediately on b2. This is not very good, because white can play rook to b1, attacking the queen. The knight is protected and this pawn will be doomed after all. So black don't like to destroy his position. He would like to keep his position solidly placed, and now he played rook to d8. Everything is in the center of the board, and now white played this tricky move a3, once and forever protect that pawn on b2. Why? Because if I dare to capture there, this is very typical scenario what you are going to do with white pieces. Black is losing here, and the correct move is not that, actually, because we can take on e4 and create some tactics, but the correct move is rook f to b1, and the queen is doomed, is trapped. She cannot escape from a3 square, and black is losing the queen here, losing the queen to the rook. This is the goal about the a3, this tricky move. You can keep it in mind. And now it's a diagram position. You can pause the video if you like. If you like to become better player, you can pause the video here and try to think a very nice move for black pieces. What are you going to do with black? And black found the best move, and the best move is to strike in the center. Of course, you need to calculate some things after d5, and this is the best move because we have more pieces in the center of the board, and we would like to open up the center, activating all of our pieces. And now after knight a4, he captured on e4. A very nice move actually, because a lot of things are happening right now. We are attacking the queen with a rook, we are attacking the knight, but our queen is unprotected as well. So white captured on b6, And here black made a very nice decision. He can capture 3 pieces actually. He can capture the queen, he can capture the knight on f3 or the knight on b6. And he captured on f3, continue attacking 3 pieces. Now he is threatening the bishop, he is continue attacking the queen, and he is attacking the knight. White has to do something. He saved his queen, he played this one, bishop to d3, saving the bishop and queen, but right now black captured the piece on b6. And we can see white has a queen for 2 knights and a pawn. But this bishop is pinned. Black can play move like c4 to pin that knight, and actually it's white's turn right now. Black is threatening to do that. Black is threatening to destroy black's king side, white's king side, and black has the initiative here. White is in trouble. During the game he played this move queen to e3, tried to stop this threat, this direct threat to unpin himself, but black did it in any case, attacking the bishop. So now he don't have a lot of moves. Actually, what he's going to do after bishop to e4, maybe we can capture that one, queen can recapture, and now bishop to d5, and you see we have a lot of activity. The bishop is attacking the queen. Now we have knight and bishop and pawn for the queen. The queen is under attack. Let's say we can play a random move, but here we have another one. You can see we can attack again. Let's move it backwards, and now we can capture the pawn, but we have even stronger move, knight d4, because we have another threat. Can you find it? Knight e2 is a threat because the queen and king are in a dangerous position. And you can see these slight pieces can create a lot of initiative, and white has a lot of troubles there. And for that reason, during the game, he decided to sacrifice another piece. He captures there in order to reduce a little bit the threats, but black continue to have a lot of threats. Now he is threatening the rook. He played rook f to d1, and now he captured on e2. The king recaptured there, and now we have bishop to c5. Believe it or not, black is clearly better there. He has a winning position because white don't have good center control. The queen is under attack. These light pieces, we can compare now these pieces with the queen, and these pieces are far more active. White cannot generate any threats or something. The queen is under attack. He went on h3, and now another check, attacking the king. The king ran on f1, and now bishop e6, attacking the queen again. This is the problem with this queen. The queen is very vulnerable, and after any threat she is forced to retreat herself. This is the problem. And now queen to g2, knight there. We are attacking again on f2, another threat to the pawn. He dropped back the bishop to protect that one, and now the other knight jumped forward. You can see again we have another threat to the other side of the board, and black pieces are dominating the position, right? It's amazing, that position. He played b5, tried to sacrifice that pawn to, he would like to relocate the bishop, to kick this bishop away. This is what white is aiming for, but black's initiative is so strong and white cannot do anything about that. He give a check right now. He don't care about this pawn. He give a check. The king has to go away, and now knight e2, another check. And after this forcing moves, he's managed to, okay, the king has to go away, and now knight takes g3. This is another check and eliminating a defender, because this pawn now on f2 is unprotected. Pawn takes and knight takes f2 check. King went on g1, ran on g1, hoping for the best, but you can see the position is extremely scary to have the king there. Black can deliver a lot of discovered checks. Hopefully, he's hoping he would like to capture the bishop after the discover check. This is the idea. So we have bishop to e3, saving everything, keeping all the pieces on the board, and now he's threatening to capture the rook for free. What white should do? White just capture there, and black give this intermediate check, attacking the king. King has to go in the corner, and now we have rook takes d8, rook f1, bishop takes f1, queen takes f1, and now we have the final position, the final diagram. You can pause the video and try to find. Actually, computer don't agree that this was the best move, the most practical decision. What you are going to do here with black pieces, you have a lot of ways to win the game, but one of them is very, very practical, and the solution is rook to d1. sacrificing the rook in the empty square. I really love these sacrifices because the rook is unprotected, and after queen takes to d1, what black had in mind, of course, to give this double threat against the king and queen. The king can move away, and after that we can capture the rook. I have a video about this game, about the knight and bishop, how to checkmate the enemy king. You can check it out, but actually we are winning here because we have a lot of pawns, and these two pieces can coordinate themselves and capture all of white pawns. I hope you understand everything, you enjoy that brilliant game, and I wish you to play a game like that in order to present it in the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe in the channel, and of course follow the link below in order to visit and subscribe my free lessons on my website. Thank you very much, and see you soon.